Hey everybody, it's Melanie coming to you from the Outer Banks, North Carolina, and I'm outside on the yoga mat and my house and my backyard and the wind chimes. So the wind chimes are calling for, it's a time of change. Oh, and I changed my hairstyle. Thank you, Christine. She nailed it. And was that your first time doing designs? Who knows? But yeah, I shaved off that half of the head. I'm growing the other half back out. Anywho, back onto topic. So the winds of change are calling all of us to step up and make the necessary transformation and change within our own selves and our own lives. And the only way to change your exterior realm is to change your interior realm. So once you start choosing about your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, once you start making those changes and those conscious choices to improve and do better, you will evolve and grow and do better. Your exterior world will also start to change and transform in the same manner. You will still face the darkness that you are currently living in and the choices and decisions that you're currently living in. You will still go through that. However, it will start to get less and less and less and less and less. So what you really have to do first is choose what you're doing to yourself. Are you overworking? Are you overeating? Are you, what are you putting in your body? So that's like number one. You can't run a car on shitty gasoline. You can't run a body on shitty gasoline. You just can't. So what do you have to do? You have to go out and you have to eat fresh fruits and vegetables. You have to eat the living foods. You need to also start doing some kind of motion, some kind of exercise, some kind of body movement to move the energy around, because it becomes stagnant, just like water. We are mostly water. We need to jostle it around every once in a while to move around that water, move around those bits in your body to get that energy flowing and moving and transforming. We then need to be meditating and getting our mental capacity back to where it needs to be. A lot of people completely avoid meditation. I avoid meditation when I'm not feeling hot. I choose not to do it because I know that it'll make me feel better, and maybe I just want to wallow in whatever ickiness that I'm feeling at the time. But when I'm ready to, I'm going to go back to it. Every day we're filled with choices and the ability to change and grow and do something different and do something better. If you've always had a negative attitude, maybe wake up today and try to find one positive thing, just one positive thing about your day to crank it in a different direction. If you've grown up around racist people your entire life, maybe do one thing today and question that mind space that you're in. Like, why do I feel this way about another human being when nothing's truly different? People, the one thing that mandala artwork has taught me is that we all start with the same basic concept. And for a mandala, it's a circle. For us, it's a DNA strand that says we are human. That is the basic core being that is the same for everybody else. There is a DNA strand and sequence that you have in your body, and it says, poof, you're human. Beyond that, there's so little different within the DNA sequence. So we're like 99% chimpanzee, and only 1% of it makes us something different, human, and then color differentiation. The only thing that racism exists for is to separate us. The only thing that religion exists for is to separate us. The only thing that negative energy is meant to do is separate us. So stop, question yourself when you have these negative thoughts about anybody, whether it's racist or not. If you're thinking shit about somebody at the grocery store, ask yourself why. Why? What makes them any different than you? Or any less or more? We all have the capacity to be something better. We all have the capacity to be something different. We all have the capacity to be something greater than what we currently are. I was 220 pounds, sleeping a shit ton, feeling like shit, couldn't walk to the bathroom in the middle of the night because my feet hurt so bad they couldn't carry me anymore. Negative thinking all the time, judgment, living in death and despair. I was in nursing. I was in high-risk obstetrics nursing, and it was so negative. Just the client, patients coming in and what they had to deal with was negative. I lived it, guys. You totally have the ability to go and change your life and change your attitude and take these winds of change and use them to empower yourself and then empower others. We all have this capacity. And the best thing about a lighthouse is even in the ultimate darkness, that one little spark of light lights up everything around it. It's all it takes is one spark to change the darkness. Take one step in a different direction today to change the darkness. If that step is brushing your fucking teeth, then brush your fucking teeth and be proud of yourself for brushing your teeth. I think that was the universe telling me to stop cussing. I'm working on it. But I've been talking to a lot of people lately that are going through huge mental despair. Let's just call it despair. Whether it's bipolar, it's depression, it's schizophrenia, it doesn't matter. It's just a label. Just like racism and negative labels when it comes to people because of the color of skin. Basically, all medical diagnosis is a medical label to keep you divided. It's all disease, guys. It's all disease. So I tell them, start simple. This is what I had to do 4 or 5 years ago. I was in bed for 5 days. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't care for my kids. I couldn't care for myself. I went to the bathroom. I peed. That was it. My kids were little, 3, 2, and 1, and that was my husband dealing with it. You start small. You brush your fucking teeth. Woo! It took me 5 days to brush my teeth. 5. I didn't poop for 5 days, guys. Start small and simple and be proud of yourself. And I did. I sat on my bed and I looked out the window. My dog put her head in my lap and I stroked her head. And I said, well, I guess I brushed my teeth today. That was good, wasn't it, Penelope? And she just looked up at me. But it was just brushing my teeth. So if you're really that low, if you're really that struggling, brush your teeth and be proud of yourself. Give yourself an applause if you even have the energy to do that, because you deserve it. It's hard out there. It's scary out there. It is overwhelming, especially when you are in the depths of the programming and this much change is happening in the world around us. Next, I want you to stop putting meat, dairy, eggs. I don't care where you're from on this planet. That shit, unless you are growing it yourself, you know where it comes from. And even then, it's dead energy. It's negative energy. You take a mango, you cut its skin off, you cut its meat, its flesh, its nutrition. You have the bone of the mango left, the pit. You put that pit in the ground, bloop. You cover it up with soil, you sprinkle it with a lot of water, and you go, I love you so much, mango seed. I love you with all my heart. Please, mango seed, please grow and bear me fruit. Guess what? That shit grows. That shit becomes a new tree as long as it's not genetically modified. Let's throw that in there. It becomes a new tree and it blesses you with more fruit because it's alive as you're eating it, and it is alive after you eat it, and it continues to grow and multiply and reproduce in a beautiful, abundant way. You take your chicken leg. I got my barbecue chicken. I'm going to eat my barbecue chicken. I'm going to eat it and yum, 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 yum. Oh, it's so tasty. So good. I'm going to eat its skin. I'm going to eat its flesh. I am going to be left with the bone of the chicken, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to stick it in the ground, and I'm going to cover it up with soil, and I'm going to sprinkle some water on it. I'm going to go, I love you, chicken bone. Please grow up and make me more chickens. And that chicken bone, you know what it's going to do? It's going to rot, just like it rots in your freaking body. I'm sorry to be so blunt, but I have to be, because you're going to hear it when you're ready to hear it. So many more people need to hear it. So meat is nothing that it was in the past. And right now it's death energy and it's killing you. Our ancestors, Native Americans, tribal tribes in Africa, people in Asia that existed really long ago in really awesome Asiatic times, they all respected the planet. When they went to kill a buffalo, there was ceremony for weeks before. There were dances to make sure the buffalo was coming. They took the greatest, strongest warriors to take down that buffalo, and people died to take down that buffalo. People sacrificed their lives sometimes and got injured horrifically because it was a big deal. But when they did it, it was a ceremony. And they took the heart of the buffalo while it was still beating, and the person that took it down got the honor of taking that heart and eating the first bite. They then prepared the meat to last as long as possible to get them through the winter, because they didn't have heating. They didn't have air conditioning. No, they were living with the planet. So it was a different way of doing things. I don't believe humans are meant to eat meat. I've never believed that since I came upon that knowledge. We have hands, no claws. These are my claws. That's it. We don't have claws. We have fingers, hands to manipulate, to grow things. We're here to usher in the greenness of the planet, to grow things and to pick the fruits, pick the little berries, peel the fruit, peel the mangoes, take the hands, crack open the melon. Our saliva is meant to digest fruit sugars. Our enzymes in our stomach are that of the fruit-eating monkeys, meant to digest the fruit sugars, and our intestines are meant to break up the fibrous matter. They're 30-some feet long. Dogs are 6 to 8 feet. Those are actual omnivores. Dogs are actual omnivores. They eat meat, berries, plants, grasses. My dog is 11. He has severe arthritis and other medical issues that we've dealt with his whole life. He's been vegan now for a year. He eats everything we eat plus a vegan kibble with vegan nutrition, and he bounces, he wiggles, he dances around, he does his tricks, he wants to be involved with the family. He goes on walks, multiple walks a day, and he moseys around and lives his life, and he's really happy now, where before he was in a lot of pain. But he eats fruits and veggies, and he loves them. Those are omnivores. He could eat meat if he wanted to, and it would do things for him, but he doesn't have to. And then cats, they're carnivores. Big cats, little cats, certain fish. They're actual carnivores, and their bodies are meant to digest those foods. The enzymes in their mouths, the acidity of the stomach, how long their intestines are, their behavior. So like a big cat eats a big meat meal and it sleeps for a long ass time. They're meant to do that, to digest that meat down. Humans, these are my canines. Those ones, I'm gonna go and take down an elk. No, it's fucking not gonna happen. There goes my throat chakra again. So, this is my message to you guys today. We all have the ability to make the choices and to make the change. And it truly starts about how we treat ourselves and how we treat our own bodies. And you can't run a car on crappy gasoline. So feed it with what it's meant to be fed. Check out Google if you believe everything that you read on the internet. But even it's true. Look at the differences in bodies between actual omnivores, bears, dogs, I think badgers and stuff like that. Those are omnivores. And look at their teeth. Like, they got serious teeth still, but they also have the grinders in the back to grind down the plant fibrous material. And just be conscious of your choices. And know you're making all the decisions that you are choosing, creating your reality, your existence with your thoughts and your behaviors and your mannerisms. You are making the choices. So if you are struggling, when you are struggling, ask yourself, why do I have these thoughts? Where did this come from? How is this happening? And grow from there. Get quiet, listen to yourself, and ditch the technology. That's the other thing. I know you're watching me on a cell phone, but after you watch it, maybe put it down for a couple hours and go. I hope that I inspire you to go get outside, see the beauty of nature, trees. It's like, I'm not anywhere in nature, but I don't want to give away where I live for good reason. But I find the nature. So find the nature in your existence. I'm surrounded by apartment housing, by the way, surrounded. Find your existence and find nature in your existence. I want to wish you guys so much love and well wishes and so much strength and power during this time and through your transformation in whatever way that is. I'm transforming from a junk food vegan this last year to somebody that's caring about what I'm putting into my body, and so I'm doing my yoga now, I'm doing my meditation now. I stopped for months, by the way, through my darkness and ate a whole bunch of junk food. I'm choosing to put into me so that I can put out to everybody else. I'm also Whole Foods plant-based mom of 3 little girls, 8, 7, and 5, and now running a summer camp out of my home, taking the kids on 2-mile bike rides to the beach and back because I don't have a car, running this household as an artist and a musician, starting in a band. Like, guys, this is the lifestyle you want to be living. So wishing you so much love, so much peace, so much love. Namaste. Adios, guys.